First report of the day, it's really interesting. We're still waiting for our other correspondents to begin to let us know what's the situation like in their states. But this is really encouraging.
It's awesome. And when you look at the organizational values of INEC, there are about 7. We talk about responsiveness, respect, participation, transparency, accountability, integrity, and impartiality. So the responsiveness aspect of it is what we are witnessing now. You develop your brand through feedback. And that is why we say in public relations that communication is not complete until there is feedback. So we expect to see improvement in the services of INEC going forward. I mean, the experiment is ongoing. And it's a sharp reverse to what happened, because I personally witnessed during the last general elections that in my polling unit, for instance, by the time I left for my media engagement around 8:30 or thereabout, they were yet to arrive. I think they came around 10 o'clock. And again, let's go back to that window of elections. The fact that INEC even conducted that election, it was more like, like a magic. It was as, in fact, many people doubted that the election was going to hold. The Naira swap,
Exactly,
the fuel scarcity, the different kinds of threats. But INEC proceeded and said, we will. And then with some stakeholder support. And when you look at the fact that right now, the CBN, the Federation's policy through central bank, has been a bit liberalized, unlike how it was. So I think, again, there should be support, a higher level of support for the logistics effectiveness to be deployed this time around. So we monitor from other states in the nation, and we expect that this improvement will be sustained, and that should be the ideal experience that we should record.
All right, it's really interesting. I guess INEC has been getting feedback or feedbacks from the previous election and how people are reacting and what people are saying, especially in a situation where INEC's budget was not debated. You know, it was whatever INEC says, you sign it up or sign it off, and then they got all the monies that they requested for.
So you may not say they got all the money.
Well, but the
That's
point
another
is,
issue.
they didn't come to say they didn't get the money.
It is.
Yeah, but they didn't say they didn't get the money.
You understand the system. There are many times you off the mic in Nigeria.
Oh no, of course.
If you want to continue to handle the mic.
All right.
So these are issues.
Ideally, it is assumed that INEC got all the monies they requested for. And if it is also assumed that INEC would have assessed every part of the country as to where we're going to, what it would take to get there, why it should cost us this and that and that. And that was what brought out the cost or the figure that they requested for in the first place. So it is expected that there wouldn't be any complaint of any kind when it comes, especially from the area of logistics or getting here on time or ensuring that everything they needed was on ground. But however, there's a human element, like you said, always. So seeing election officials and materials getting to the polling unit about an hour ahead of time tells that INEC would have maybe sat back and seen how they could go back to the drawing board and rework all of those things to ensure it doesn't happen again, or at least they improve on themselves.